Good afternoon, and welcome to the graduation of the University High School class of 2024. My name is Sophia Riser, and I am the ASB president for the 2023-2024 school year. Please rise and join with me as we begin our graduation with the Pledge of Allegiance. Ready? Salute. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please remain standing for the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you, and you may be seated. Please give senior twins Jackson and Issa Rains-Heppel a round of applause for their beautiful rendition of the Star Spangled Banner. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I am Jeffy Esparza Hickman, and I am the Superintendent Principal at University High, and I'm so excited to welcome you all to our 2024 graduation ceremony. Before we go on, let me take a moment to introduce you to those here today that will help us with the graduation. You heard our wonderful jazz band before graduation. Weren't they wonderful? Under the direction of Dr. Cornelison. We have a terrific faculty and staff who are here tonight. Some are on stage and some others are in the front row, so please give them a round of applause. And of course, we have our awesome counselors, Mrs. Bird and Mrs. Fernandez, over by our seniors, and our vice principal, Mr. Morgan, running around to make sure we're running this thing appropriately. Please also join me in thanking Mr. Michael Bird, who's videoing this graduation, and it will be posted on our website. Mr. Bird. On stage, we have a number of people to introduce, and I will introduce our board members first. So please stand when I say your name. Let me introduce all four, and then we can give them a round of applause. Our board secretary, Dr. Dominic Dizon. Our board treasurer, Dr. Raji Amarasinghe. Board member, Dr. Saul Jimenez Sandoval. And board member, Dr. Nicole Walsh. Representing our faculty tonight are our department chairs, and when I say your name, please stand up. Music and Performing Arts, Mr. Gerard Jones. Social Science, Mr. Sean Canfield. English, Dr. Larry Jiraki, and also UHS parent. Science, Mrs. Brenda Royce. Mathematics, Mrs. Michelle Hayden. Latin, Mrs. Elizabeth Downer. And physical education, Mr. Garrett Bensley. Thank you. You may be seated. So let's get this party started. It's time to hear from our graduates who are always so eloquent and well-spoken. And our first class speaker today is M Jigsaw, followed by a musical performance.
Parents, faculty, staff, and fellow class, we are done. And for those in the back that didn't hear this, class of 2024, tell them how it is. And when we say we, it's not only us, and so it is only proper for me to label all parties. To the parents, waking us up, driving us, making round trips when we forgot items, reminding us to get off the game, you've graduated with us. To the teachers who have to teach the same curriculum 5 times a day for 180 days straight, this marks 1 year closer to your last year of teaching. To the faculty, tirelessly working to make sure breakfast and lunch was ready, sending out reminders daily, prepping our complex schedules and guiding us towards college. You finished for the year. And to my fellow classmates, averaging 8-hour days, 5 days a week, and no pay? And the fact that we're going to lose thousands in the next 4 years as well. Wow. Our chapter here is finally done, and I can and can't believe it. I can because these 4 years of high school were the worst investment on my physical and mental health I could have ever made to date. Averaging 4.5 hours of sleep, 5 on a good day. I was practically drunk without touching alcohol. But in light of deprivation, I was able to learn a couple lessons from each year I was here, and I can't believe I won't be learning more in high school again. Let's start off with freshman year. They say we were supposed to be freshmen, but we were anything but fresh. It was peak COVID season, and times were looking tough for everyone. People were losing their jobs, and you know it got bad when doctors started to dress up in those orange hazmat suits and pick out our brains with those foot-long swabs. And so we became the first and only class to start out our high school career on the camera. But the problem was that we lacked the experience of being new to everything. It was boring and mildly, if not extremely, depressing for a lot of us. But that's when I learned an unexciting lesson that sometimes whatever bad that happened was meant to happen, and all we could do is look at the positives to make the time pass by even faster. The way I looked at it, I didn't drop dead from the virus like the news said I would. You all didn't drop dead from the virus like the news said you would. And the entire world didn't drop dead like the news said it would. And so, even though a part of all of our mental states died that year, there was hope. And all of a sudden, getting out of bed every day became a blessing. We make it to sophomore year, and we finally saw each other in person. At 5'1", I had to now look up at everyone, and I had to use a ladder to see Amrit. This year was hopeful, as we finally got an orientation and could finally make friends for the first time in high school. I thought I was ready, except high school was a different ballgame. It seemed like everyone was more cautious in order to be socially accepted, to be cool. Me? No. On the first day of school, I pulled up into the classroom speeding my rolling backpack until it sounded like a supercharged V6 engine. I remember speeding into English class and seeing the look of relief on Hunter's face when he saw a backpack instead of a car. Was it awkward? Yes. Do I regret it? Not at all. But I did learn something from that year, that for when I grow older and things do get serious, it's that there's a time and place for everything, and that in all cases, all of us should scope out the scenery before we make an impression. To think not only before we talk, but before we act. Third year. Third time's the charm? Yep. Junior year was a turnaround year, a good development for a lot of us. We got into the groove of high school, and it was this year when work got serious. But it was also this year when things became a lot more fun. I could proudly say that I was a top recruit for the friend group that year by my boy Adrian, first day of school. And I'm glad it didn't turn out any other way. Being in that friend group I was in was a game changer, because high school isn't high school without the friends and all the memories that come with it. To all of my fellows, the most culturally diverse friend group to ever exist. It will take too long for me to finish listing out the names, but y'all know who you are. Thank you for making me look forward to every day of school. We couldn't do it alone. You all can't do it alone. Because always being alone will make you wish you'd have shared the memories. Losing, winning, or just existing, it's all better when shared. Finally, we make it to this year, senior year, the year that I learned the greatest lesson in all 4 years here. See, every senior class in the history of all senior classes, including all of us, at one point or another start to become confident in the game of us against the world, the game of life. But really, most of us haven't even started to play the game. In reality, I can confidently say that most of us don't have the reason to truly be confident, and here's why. I figured that you cannot become confident through words of affirmation. You can only become confident through actions that yield self-respect, of proving to yourself that you can do it by trying, failing a lot, and finally succeeding. Most of us, for all of our life, have not actually done this in the real world because we have been shielded and guided through our obstacles. But every single one of you parents here are an example of true confidence. Because at some point in all of your lives, you all became truly independent, and it took trial and error to build yourselves up. Whether it was when you were continuously screwed over by the government, learning how to pay your taxes, working double-digit hours daily, or escaping an unstable country and immigrating here. You all made big, independent decisions, and each time gained respect for your own persistence. And now, even if your parents don't think that you should be confident, you're forgetting that you're looking at your greatest and most active achievement, us. I hope. And so the point I'm making is that as we leave UHS and venture out into the unprotected world, we too are going to have to make our own decisions, and we must fail. But when we don't, that's when we affirm our confidence. My message to all the senior class is that today is not the day that we end, it's the day that we begin. And just like Kobe Bryant once said, job not finished. Thank you.
Great job, Muse. Now I'd like to welcome our senior trio of musicians to the stage.
Do you have sound? Two.
And that is Landon on the drums, Brian on the piano, and Joseph playing the oboe. And now our second class speaker is our ASB President, Sophia Riser.
Today, I want to begin with a poem by Linda Ellis. It tells the story of a life and the story of all our lives. I read of a man who stood to speak at the funeral of a friend. He referred to the dates on the tombstone from the beginning to the end. He noted that first came the date of birth and spoke the following date with tears. But he said what mattered most of all was the dash between those years. For that dash represents all the time that they spent alive on earth. And now only those who loved them know what that little line is worth. Today, we stand at the end date of our time as high school students, and as Mr. Roberts has been warning, the iron gates come down. And as they do, we become cemented in the history of UHS as yet another graduating class, marked by our own dates from 2020 to 2024. In the coming years, as we move on and move away from this chapter of our lives, this is how we'll always be remembered. And in a way, it becomes our identity. As the years drag on, our class will follow all of those graduating classes before us to become another number, 2024. But to those who had the opportunity to witness the dash in between, to the teachers and the staff members who have guided us through our journey here in high school, to the parents and family members and friends who have stood by our sides the whole way through. To all of us as a class, to me, we are so much more. Our story is not of a single number, it's the whole dash in between. For us, the story of the UHS class of 2024 spans 4 years. It began in 2020 in the middle of the 2-week global pandemic, sitting in our dark bedrooms on Zoom. It began with breakout rooms, with drive-by events, games of Among Us, more video calls, virtual concerts, shared Google Docs, and a lot of awkward silence. It began with e-cards and confusion in physics, and a whole meeting full of people listening to Mrs. Hill read of Mice and Men. We had virtual escape rooms, and a pretty strange freshman orientation, and a struggle, but also a bonding experience that the kids these days just don't understand. Then, in 2021, our journey changed as we made the brave venture from our personal homes to the special spaceship that many consider a second one. Sophomore year was a crazy one, full of all the new experiences we should have had as freshmen. We learned more about ourselves, each other, and how to actually light a match or start a burner without burning down the chemistry room. Some of us began to translate real Latin passages, and we fought our way through that world history class. We pumped ourselves up for our first Phoenix Bowl, and in our hearts, we did win. As juniors, that journey continued, and we filled in more of our dash, both good and bad. We dissected organisms, we cried over A-push and calc. We ventured off into college with our foreign languages, whether that was simply upstairs to the drama room or all the way to a night class in the business building. And then, suddenly, those 4 years seemed to be over. Senior year started, and we realized how fast it caught up to us. So we had the last of everything. The last Harvest Informal, the last Icebreakers, the last Culture Expo, the last Moda and Phoenix Bowl, our last finals, our last-minute decisions and assignments, the last concerts, and the last day, as high school students, as seniors, and as a class. And now, as we rise her up for the last time, as the class of 2024, standing together, I hope that you all take the time to look at your own dashes, to remember the time between the start of our freshman year and the day we leave it all behind. All of the times that we laughed and cried and cheered, and stood there awkwardly on the field after another Phoenix Bowl loss. That you remember our victories, our rejections, our relationships, our struggles. Because for all of us graduating today, that is our story. Not solely being the class that began during the pandemic or the class graduating in 2024, but the group of people sitting here today who have lived through the entire dash. And now, we move past those dates towards new ones. We move on to different futures of college classes and college graduations, of new jobs and promotions, of relationships, of victories and failures. We have a whole new journey. Regardless of the path we choose to take, whether it's outside of Fresno, away from California, beyond the country, or maybe returning to the same community, all of us now have our chance, our one chance, to live that dash to the fullest. Because at the end of the day, we don't control the dates. We didn't get to choose when we were born. We can't control when we would get to, or have to, leave this school. And we don't know when our final dates will be. But the beautiful thing about life after graduation is that we don't have to think about the final date or when the iron gates come down for the last time. We get to think about the dash, about the impacts that we have on ourselves, our loved ones, and the world. We have the entire future ahead of us to continue this journey and to be remembered for something more than a number. As a class, we can be remembered for Phoenix Bowl or the origami stuck to lockers at holidays. We can be known for our online experiences and the first Culture Expo, first Kindness Expo, and obviously for being the best senior class this school has ever seen. We can be remembered for more than just 2020 or 2024. And beyond high school, you still have that chance to create a life you can be proud of, to build a character that others would admire. And when you reach the top of your own mountain, in whatever peak of your life it may be, you can turn around and help someone else live out their dash, just as everyone sitting in this room has done for you. And as Linda Ellis wrote in The Dash, it matters not how much we own, the cars, the house, the cash. What matters is how we live and love and how we spend our dash. So think about this long and hard. Are there things you'd like to change? For you never know how much time is left that can still be rearranged. If we could just slow down enough to consider what's true and real, and always try to understand the way other people feel, and be less quick to anger, and show appreciation more, and love the people in our lives like we've never loved before. If we treat each other with respect, and more often wear a smile, remembering this special dash might only last a little while. So when your eulogy is being read, with your life's actions to rehash, would you be proud of the things they say about how you spend your dash? When you walk away today, as a proud graduate, parent, teacher, staff member, friend, family member, or random onlooker that walked into the rec center instead of the Save Mart Center, take the time to think about that dash, and every dash, and the story that you want that dash in between your numbers to say. Thank you for your time, your support. As always, have a lovely day, and remember, we are UHS.
Thank you, Sophia. Wonderful job. As you have seen with the speeches and performances today, the students in the class of 2024 have accomplished many things. I want to introduce some of these seniors to you now. The first group that I will introduce are the California Scholarship Federation Life members. These students are distinguished by the gold cords that they have around their neck, which they earn by being CSF members at least 4 of their last 6 semesters, a membership that required the students to maintain a high grade point average. You can see the names of these students in your program with a bold dot next to their names. CSF recipients, please stand and be recognized. We have 58 to receive this award, so CSF members, please stand. Thank you. You may be seated. As you can see from the many students who are CSF Life members, academic achievement is something to which our students aspire. In a traditional grading system, students who received all grades of A would have a grade point average of 4.0. But because schools give extra weight to advanced placement or to college courses that students take while in high school, students can earn a GPA that is higher than 4.0. Now in this graduating class, we have 110 graduates, and the students that have a 4.0 or above, there are 75 of them. So let's give them a hand. Now let me remind you of all about the rigor of University High and the accolades this school has earned in the past year, just so that I can help put this into perspective for you for the difficulty of maintaining a 4.0 grade point average at this school. Students are required to take a minimum of 7 college courses at Fresno State, with many of them taking more than that. And students are also required to take a minimum of 4 advanced placement classes in the 9 that we offer. For over a decade, we have been consistently ranked as a high-performing charter high school by U.S. News World Report, Niche.com, and the Washington Post. So it is truly astounding that 75 students, which is 68% of the entire student class, have a cumulative grade point of over 4.0. And so I am going to read these names of students. Students, when I call your name, you can stand up, and then you'll sit down. At the end, we'll all stand up together. So please hold your applause, because there's 75 of them to get through, okay? And I will do my best with some of our names here. Michael Chen, Natalia Viveros Lara, Nathan Yu, Noah Harris, Rex Fisk, Edil Ashkja, Alexander Panoff, Sienna Dyer, Luz Martinez Espinosa, Joseph Hilly, Audrey Jen, Reagan Years, Robert Volkoff, Brianna Alcantar Zamora, Kurt Beer Singh, Hammond Kim, Emily Kayayan, Isaiah Galavante, Angelica Sabato, Trevor King, Mary Johnson, Paris Garcia, Taiba Khan, Ethan Sutton, Samuel Orr, Isabella Clark, Ella Kayayan, Karis Harmon, Amrit Pawar, Amar Mali, Sophia Ng, Sahib Sangha, Leela Hubbard, Hunter Frazier, Gagik Kachatarian, Edwin Sanchez, Christina Panoff, Janu Monatua, Alexander Hoffman, Kiera Wong, Kaylin Reidenhauer, Z Gao, Brooklyn Henley, Narina Rabatsimba, Ganeet Graywall, Jeremy Guo, Georgia Panoff, Sopanya Puo, Sandra Sofia Adonzo, Arion Jimesanagnos, Evelyn Nelson, Brian Molina, Alan Agakanyan, Edgar Gasparion, Leah Jiraki, Joseph Luna, Daniel Thompson, Jeffrey Berg, Andrea Gavel, Yaman Kiwen, Brianna Boone, Caleb Gurman, Jeffrey Lee, Riley Ramsier, Anirudh Sri Krishna, Cash Carrillo, Mahek Chima, Isadora Rains-Heppel, Felix Chen, Jackson Rains-Heppel, Yosef Fayed, Maya Roberts, and Muse Jigsaw. 4.0 seniors, please stand all together and be recognized. Parents, all these. Aren't they amazing? Thank you. You may be seated. The students with the highest highest grade point averages, I did not read their names, and I'll do that now. They are our valedictorian and salutatorian. I know other schools call all of them a valedictorian and salutatorian if they're over a 4.0, but we just choose the two top highest GPAs. So will each of these students come forward when your name is called? With a GPA of 4.6159 and heading to the University of Pacific, UOP, our salutatorian is Brianna Chase. And our valedictorian with a GPA of 4.6986. Our valedictorian has received the Smith Camp Family Honor Scholarship and will be attending Fresno State. Please congratulate Sophia Riser. These next awards are sponsored by Phoenix Alliance and will be presented by our very involved parent that is our outgoing Phoenix Alliance president, Mr. Byron Beebe. He's coming up to the stage. Mr. Beebe has dedicated many hours, communication, and organization, and for that we are very grateful. On behalf of University High, our students, our staff, and parent group, I have a small token of gratitude to give you as a thank you for your hard work. And now Mr. Beebe will help me present these next two awards to our students. While UHS values grades and academics, we also value student leadership and community service. These awards were voted on by the senior class. The Outstanding Leadership Award is given to a student who demonstrated superb leadership not only to her class of 2024, but to the entire school. This year's recipient of Outstanding Leadership Award is Sophia Riser. Come on up. Thank you, Sophia. Our Outstanding Community Service Award is named after the man who set the standard of community service at this university and was one of the early supporters of University High School, one of the former presidents of Fresno State, Dr. John D. Welty. This year, the John D. Welty Award for Community Service, given to a student for her community service over the past 4 years, as voted on by the senior class, and this person had the most community service out of anyone in the senior class with over 500 hours, and that goes to Brianna Boone. In 2010, we had a dedication ceremony with our new school building. It's been 14 years already. And we dedicated our building to President Welty, whom we've already heard about, but also to Dr. Luis Costa. Dr. Costa was the Dean of the College of Arts and Humanities and the person who pushed for the creation of University High School. The Luis Costa Award is given in his honor and is given to an outstanding musical student who will be attending Fresno State. To present this award, I've asked our Director of Instrumental Music, Dr. Randall Cornelison. He is on the stage here with me. This year's recipient is a very talented musician. This person is in our wind ensemble, jazz band, and symphony Orchestra. This senior received honors in FMCMEA Honor Band, Honor Symphony, and Jazz Band, as well as the California Orchestra Directors Association Honor Symphony and the California Band Directors Association Honor Band. He performed at the California All-State Music Educators Conference and is a part of FUFSA and of YOUF, which are both musical groups in Fresno. And he's created his own rock band. He's performed with many professional artists in the orchestra and jazz worlds. He's going to Fresno State and plans to major in music performance with a minor in computer sciences. He will also be the drum set position in the Bulldog Beat next year. So let's welcome Landon Peckham to the stage. Wonderful job, Landon. Thank you, Dr. C. Now, before we have our next musical performance, I want to take a moment to recognize a very special educator. One of our UHS teachers has been with us almost since the beginning. She's retiring this year after 23 and a half years of our 24 years at UHS with a total of 29 years in education. I'm going to ask Mrs. Brenda Royce, UHS chemistry teacher, science lab coach, come up here next to me. So this plaque has the University High School emblem of the Phoenix on it, and it was carved from the same steel that our building was made from, and so there's only a finite number of these. To say that we are indebted to her for her service as an educator is an understatement, and we just want to say that we love you, Mrs. Royce, and thank you for your 23 and a half years at University High School. And I did that without crying. In keeping with musical history and tradition of University High School, I am excited to introduce our chamber choir members to you. Come on up, chamber choir. We're gonna have some of them squeeze up here on the stage, and the rest will be in the front. We have our entire chamber choir here with us. They will sing I Carry Your Heart, which is a text of E.E. Cummings' poetry arranged for choir, and they will be joined by our entire chamber choir. So take it away. Thank you, Chamber Choir, and they are under the direction of Mr. Matt Haltom. Thank you. You may be seated. Once again, I'm so thankful to be here today as the superintendent principal of this wonderful school. As you have heard from our student speakers today, this senior class started their high school experience online and in front of a computer. They are the last of what we affectionately call our COVID kids. While the pandemic seems like a distant memory, understand that these students really had to dig deep into their strength and their capabilities in order to persevere and successfully attend UHS while we were online. That must have been really scary, starting high school for the first time, each student possibly alone at home, trying to figure out this new thing called Zoom, and probably a little bit intimidated. And then a few months into that crazy year, a strange teacher they had never met in person showed up on their doorstep with a mask and a succulent plant. To give some perspective, the past average attrition rate of UHS is about 12% before the pandemic. But for the class of 2024, their attrition rate is 21%, which means that 1 out of 5 did not make it to this day here, which means that the seniors sitting here surpassed the odds and have succeeded where many others did not. These students really had to mature, become independent, and decide that they were going to commit to UHS and all that we offer, even though it was online. Which leads me to a quote from decorated United States Olympic swimmer Michael Phelps. He said, "It's not how you start, it's how you finish." The start for these seniors was pretty tough. Over the past 4 years, I've had the privilege of witnessing the growth, resilience, and determination of the class of 2024. Each one of you has embarked on a unique journey, facing your own set of challenges and triumphs along the way. As I do every year, I like to meet with the senior class officers to get a little perspective about the graduating class. Your senior class officers describe your class as showing resilience, perseverance, and grit, as well as the ability to adapt to tough situations. These are the same words your teachers would use to describe you. I think I should also add descriptors like spirited and energetic and enterprising as well. Some of you entered high school with a clear vision of your future, while others may have been unsure of the path ahead. But regardless of where you started, you have all demonstrated an incredible capability for growth and taking advantage of the opportunities before you. One such opportunity that I've heard of from your class officers is the amazing dedication of Ethan's remind messages with homework logs attached. That's the beauty of not only a small school, but especially of UHS. Students help each other here, and these seniors are no exception. They have looked for ways to connect to each other, to meet up via Zoom or in person, and they feel that it has been quite exciting to watch their fellow classmates find their passions and their strengths. Some of these passions and strengths may be things some of you in our audience may have never heard. Take, for instance, Joseph, who taught himself to play the oboe during the pandemic. He's never had a private teacher, but is so talented and hardworking that he has been accepted at the San Francisco Conservatory of Music. Good job. Sorry, I try my best, but I just can't do it, sorry. Or the kind heart of Andrea. She leaves origami notes and candy on every single locker multiple times during the year. Okay, I'm gonna get it together. Hang on. Or that Janu is the best athlete that UHS has ever had. Or that Caleb is a highly ranked gymnast and will continue his athletic career at the University of Minnesota. And as a side note, UHS students are musicians and singers. They're not really known for their athletic abilities, so this is some big accomplishments here. Or that this class of students went off campus so much when they were not supposed to that we changed the no off-campus rule just for them to allow for seniors and second semester juniors to do so. I guess if you can't fight them, then join them, right? This senior class may have driven the staff crazy with their shenanigans, but as a whole, they continue to uphold the tradition of excellence at University High School. Here are some of the accolades that they have received this year, and there's a lot of them, so get ready to clap. As juniors with state testing, they tested at 98% met and exceeded in English, which was 6th in the state of California and 1st in the Central Valley. 87% met and exceeded in math, which was 9th in the state of California and 1st in the Central Valley. 95% met and exceeded in science, which was also 1st in the Central Valley. Our academic decathlon team received 1st place in the county and state competitions, and we recently learned that we won the virtual national small school championship for the 16th time in 24 years. Our Science Olympiad team took 12th place in the Northern California Regionals, and that's tied for the highest that we've ever placed, beating out every other Central Valley high school, including Clovis North for the 2nd year in a row. Speech and debate took 20 students to the state tournament, the largest group we ever have taken. At the Young Writers Conference at Fresno State, Taylor Gonzalez received the Library Award and Mary Johnson received honorable mention. Our math team competed in the small school division at the Fresno State Math Day competition, and we received 1st place. We have 42 seniors that received the State Seal of Biliteracy, which means that they took 4 semesters of college foreign language, the equivalent of 4 years of high school foreign language, received high scores on state testing, and had high GPAs. This award takes commitment and hard work. These students are designated in your program with a cursive B next to their name, and this is by far the largest number of UHS seniors to receive this award. So with those 42 students, please stand so that we can acknowledge you. You may be seated, thank you. 75 students from all different grade levels received placement in various state honor music ensembles, and that's another great showing for our students. We have 76 seniors that received the Golden State Seal Merit Diploma. That's 69% of their class. To receive this award, the students must have reached at least an 89% or better, which is a B+ in 6 semester grades from the 4 core areas, and scored passing grades on AP tests and state testing. This is also very rigorous and a prestigious award. They'll have a special insignia on their diploma. And since I've been here at UHS, I believe this is the largest number that we've had to receive this award. Their names are designated in your program with a star next to it. So with those 76 seniors, please stand so we can recognize you. Thank you. You may be seated. And lastly, in addition to our local community colleges, Fresno State, the Smith Camp Honors College, Lyles Engineering Scholarships, we have seniors from this class that have been accepted into other CSU campuses, as well as 8 of the 9 University of California campuses. We also have some of our graduates that are attending the University of Pennsylvania, Baylor, Amherst, Pomona, Loyola Marymount, Johns Hopkins, Columbia, Stanford for University, and the San Francisco Conservatory of Music. So let's give all of our seniors a round of applause. So seniors, as you go off to college, a last bit of advice. Life is full of twists and turns, ups and downs. It's not how many times you fall, but how many times you get back up and keep moving forward. It's about resilience, perseverance, and the determination, all those characteristics that we've been using to describe you, to overcome any obstacle that stands in your way. So as you are about to begin a new chapter in your life, remember that the journey does not end here. It's not about reaching the finish line. It's about how you continue to grow, learn, and evolve long after you leave our little spaceship school. As you embark on this next phase of your journey, I challenge you to embrace the opportunities that come your way, to face adversity with courage and grace, and to never lose sight of your dreams. Author C.S. Lewis once said, "You can't go back and change the beginning, but you can start where you are and change the ending." Please remember that as you embark on this journey to college and career. Things may not always go as planned, but you have the ability to change, adapt, connect, and persevere. After all, it's not how you start, it's how you finish. Congratulations, 2024. Make us proud. And now, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to introduce the founding teacher of University High School, Mr. Gerard Jones, to begin the presentation of diplomas.
Thank you. Thank you. Superintendent Hickman, members of the board, faculty, parents, families, and guests, whereas the students here gathered have successfully completed a high school curriculum that has been widely recognized and acknowledged as being among the most rigorous in the nation, and whereas they have consistently over the past 4 years demonstrated that they are truly understanding, honorable, and studious, and whereas they have distinguished themselves as exemplary young people by going above and beyond the requirements for graduation from high school, it is both an honor and a privilege to present the members of the University High School graduating class of 2024 for the awarding of their diplomas. Sophia May Riser. Brianna Voon. Andrea Gavel. Muse Hafte Jigsaw. Landon Rees Peckham. Brian Christopher Molina. Joseph Alexander Hilly. Brianna Renee Chase. Isadora Milan Louise Rains Heppel. Jackson Robert Pierce Rains Heppel. Maya Evelyn Roberts. Ganit Gruwal. Jada Rajala Sierra Phipps. Aston Brazel. Samuel Augustus Orr. Sophia Yinsei Ing. Jean Marcus Serrano Canapi. Thames Christian Esclares Suez. Marianne Johnson. Sofia Clemencia Cardinale. Matthew Sawyer Alvarez. Nirina June Olabisi Rabbit Simba. Taiba Munir Khan. Malena Moreno. Brooklyn Jessica Henley. Natalia Viveros Lara. Hamin Kim. Michaela Isabel Nadella Abiera. Jolie Paris Garcia Gallardo. Ella Ray Cayenne. Emily Irene Cayenne.
Austin.
Janu Austin Muanatua. Yamin Kiwan. Amrit Singh Pawar. Amar Singh Mali. Kurtbir Singh. Giovanni Vasquez. Isaiah Matthew Galvante. Logan Fuchi Tao. Adrian Phillips. Edwin Ray Sanchez. Alexander Dan Panoff. Rex Garin Fisk. Hunter John Fraser. Sienna Fawn Dyer. Audrey Jin. Sandra Sophia Adanzo. Jasman Singh Gill. Leela Brooklyn Hubbard. Brianna Nicole Alcantar Zamora. Karis Marie Harmon. Sopanya Angel Bell. Mahek Chima. Georgia Susanna Panoff. Yakta Alimi. Christina Marie Panoff. Isabella Ambrosia Jamili Clark. Madison Magana Jamili Clark. Kaylee Chrisanne Nelson. Taylor Brooklyn Gonzalez. Ethan Sutton. Kira Linda Soligian. Idil Ashtya. Angelica Mariel Torres Sábado. Kayla Faith Irasusta. Faith Kashia Vang. Ann Nyoa Tao. Reagan Paul Years. Lauren Into Bell. Noah Baldwin Harris. James David Mayorga. Gagi Khashatrian. Alan Agahanian. Edgar Arthur Gasparian. Robert Paul Volkov. Nathan Liang Yu. Joseph Andrew Johnson. Omar Hossam Badawiya. Matthew Armand Medina. Jeffrey Lee. Jeremy Guanjun Guo. Felix Chen. Kira Jasmine Wong. Zi Gao. Sahib Singh Sangha. Anirudh Sri Krishna. Jude Thomas Hughes Luna. Youssef Ali Fayed. Leah Danae Jaraki. Riley Ann Ramsier. Arion Julian Himisanagnos. Caleb William Gurman. Daniel Thompson. Alexander Chow Hoffman. Quinn Taylor Barch. Luz Elena Martinez Espinosa. Kaylin Shaoling Reidenauer. Daisy Ramirez. Leslie Andrea Vargas. Diana Jesus Flores. Jordan Sinclair Perez. Daniel Fierro. Anthony Ventura. Michael Chen. Trevor Derek King. Joseph Allen Luna. Matt Dugan. Jeffrey William Berg. Evelyn Ryan Nelson. Cash Alman Carrillo.
Let's wait till the last of our graduates get back to their seats. Because these students are now graduates, it's time to turn the tassel. So Brianna Voon and Andrea Gavel, you are the class president and vice president. Please stand and lead your graduates in this tradition. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the senior class of 2024. Please stand and join me in the singing of our alma mater.